Okay, today is March the 3rd, 2016. We're watching the Northeast Pacific Water Vapor Loop, and at 10:40 p.m. we have a temperature of 51 degrees. The relative humidity is at 74%. We have a dew point of 44 degrees, and the barometric pressure has dropped to 30.01. This morning we had 30.03, so the pressure has dropped just slightly. All right, so we're watching the water vapor loop, and we can see we still have this pinwheel of weather moving around right here in the Gulf of Alaska. We also have some high pressure being applied right here. We have some clockwise rotation right here. And this weather system here has been beat up pretty good. We can see that there's not a whole lot of organization left in that spinning core. We do have a storm right here that is indicated on the surface analysis map and also up here. This is still listed at about 962 millibar, has low pressure, but there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of organization. They've been hitting this with high pressure. As we can see right here, there's a lot of, there's some dark area right here, and then we have that clockwise rotation. Also, we have the jet stream moving all the way across the Pacific into the west coast. We have an interruption right here. There's a transmitter applying heat right through here, and that is disrupting the flow that is winding into this front right here, which is feeding that storm system, all of this weather right here. So they're cutting off some of this moisture field, but it's not having a whole lot of effect. We can see right here we have another developing system right here. By tomorrow this will be probably a nice little storm showing up on the map. We'll keep an eye on all of that. We do have a forecast for rain. It was originally on Sunday. For Sunday, but that has changed now. Some reports are saying Saturday and Monday. Others are saying Sunday and Monday. So the people on TV don't seem to know any more than anybody else. So we'll just let's take a look at some of these other maps. We have the rainbow infrared loop. You can see that there was a moisture field moving over central and southern California today. We had very, very heavy chemtrail spring again for the 4th day. We're going to take a look at the MODIS Today map next, right now. And we can see Los Angeles is right here. And we can see these aerosol streaks are running all over the place. They're running sort of in a southeast to northwest direction. Let's just pan around a little bit. We can get an idea of how extensive this spring campaign was today. And again, I asked the question, where is the EPA and the Air Quality Management District? We see all this, these lines. These are all chemtrails. This is not water vapor. This is a chemtrail mix, a fly ash slurry that is being used. It's a very, very fine particulate matter that is causing people to get headaches and breathing problems, and we are wondering why the EPA is not stopping this. Even though we have weather warfare going on, that seems to be the obvious a bigger problem. Now out here we have some natural clouds. This is the part of that front that's moving in. We see some very white clouds. This is the water vapor. It's pure white, like cotton. This stuff here. And then we have this chemtrail mix right here, this off-white, dirty-looking white mixture. We can see these streaks are running every which way. It looks like graph paper out here. We've got streaks running this way. They're running all over the place. And look at this one here. This is probably 300 miles long. It goes all the way over. This is probably a 500-mile long streak. Down here, this is Baja. So they were spraying very heavily today, and that stops the rain. This causes a capping inversion layer. We have to have two things for precipitation. We have to have lift and moisture. And so these aerosols, which are sprayed well above the natural cloud altitudes, will they will prevent lift. And that's the problem. So this is really something. So a very bad day for spraying today. Very heavy. All right, let's look next at the jet stream map, 300 millibar jet stream. We can see the interruption shown here. There is some other interruptions, but they're not showing a complete map here today. High pressure for the 15th day right off of California. We've got I think it's 1,020 millibar all the way through out to the West Pacific. We'll take a look at that here on the pressure map next. Here's the western U.S. water vapor loop. We can see this pinwheel of storms right here. We have two low pressure systems spinning around each other, and we have a developing storm right down in here, and we have very strong high pressure all through here, and that is going to stop a lot of this weather. And between that and the chemtrails, we're not getting any rain. So these weather controllers know exactly what they're doing. They will allow it to rain when they decide that they want it to rain. And so far we should have had probably 30 inches of rain by now in our area, in the Southern California area. I have not counted through all my videos that I do on a pretty much of a daily basis, but since October, I've probably seen 20 to 25 of these giant storms, all blocked by this high pressure that's just always parked right here off the West Coast, and also off of Oregon and Washington. Some of these storms are so big though that they just plow right through that, and they go right into the northwest. So we'll keep an eye on all this. Let's look at this is the rainbow loop. We can see that we have a right angle, sort of a crude right angle forming right here. This is that one of those other little storm systems. Very little rotation going on here. That's because of all the heat that's being applied. We have a large border all through here. That's high pressure separating these two systems, and also this developing system here. We can also see the moisture field moving through California. This should have brought some rain, but there was so much aerosol. That canopy of aerosols stops the rain in the southern latitudes. Up in Washington and Oregon, the spraying campaign doesn't have quite the same effect. It still rains up there, but the capping inversion layer does not stop the rain up there. Okay, next is this is the surface analysis map, and we can see that high pressure right here has rebuilt since this morning. This morning we had a very small area listed as 1,020 millibar, just a small little area this morning, and since that time this morning, March 3rd, we can see that it's all been pumped up again. And then we have another pocket up here of high pressure. So this looks like it extends all the way up to about California and the Oregon border, somewhere right up here. We have a gale force system here, 962 millibar. We have that other storm right here next to it, 982 millibar. And then we have a developing situation right here. And we'll keep an eye on that. Okay, next is the sea level pressure analysis, and we can see that pocket of high pressure. It's been pumped up once again off of California and Mexico. This extends all the way out to the West Pacific, all through here. We have some low pressure indicated right here, and we will keep an eye on that. In case they let this deflate, then we have a good shot of rain with the jet stream. But right now they are keeping the rain out of our area. Okay, here's the 500 millibar chart. We can see some ridges here. Got that low storm. Okay, this is the 300 millibar. We have that low pressure that was here a couple of days ago has moved over Mexico. We've got some ridges here. All right. We've seen the MODIS Today map. Let's take a look at the wave analysis out here in the Eastern Pacific. We have some very high seas. We have 26-foot seas right here. This is all moving towards Oregon and California. We've got 8, 9, 12, and 18-foot seas moving in here in the next day into California. Okay, that is the summary for today. And I do a video typically every day. And so we will do another one tomorrow, hopefully. All right, that's it.